In a world of shadow unlike anything ever conceived, two men quarrel over how many marbles they have in their pocket.
You have no marbles, sir. None whatsoever. How can you live and breathe without marbles? It is insanity.
By virtue of the fact that it is in fact Monday, the dictum of the universe dictates that I must have no marbles in my pocket, thus obtaining a lower mass, and thus being free from the constructs and confinements of the universe. Thus I am the superior man for having no marbles in my pockets. So your accusations, sir, have no ground.
They do have ground, for the man with more marbles feels the weight of the marbles and goes throughout his day feeling those marbles. And then at the end of the day, when you are required to take the marbles from your pocket and place them on the table, you sleep and you dream of not having marbles in your pocket because there are no marbles in your pockets. So after a hard day's of work with all of those marbles in your pockets, you rest knowing that there are none in your pockets.
But having no marbles in your pockets, as I have none in mine, frees me from the worries and wares of the world, and thus I am lifted up and ascend into a greater span of existence, free from the rigmarole and burdens of the wide world. And thus, at the end of the day, when I take no marbles from my pocket and place them on the table, I am the freer man.
But you never know true freedom unless you have felt the marbles and the weight in your pocket and the sweat on your brow from carrying those marbles around all day. 10 hours, shift work. It is horrible. You do not understand what it's like to have marbles in your pocket every day. And then at the end of the day, feeling that freedom, it's like a cool breeze from the top of the mountain, standing at the top of a conquered mountain and feeling the mist climb up as it sweeps across your face. It's like the morning dew without the morning.
But being as I am with no marbles in my pocket, if I were to place one, I would feel the greatest burden in the world, and thus feel even more incredibly lifted when I have once returned to my free and ascended state, as though I have stood on the top of the mountain, descended down and saw how wretched the world below me was, and reascended to the top of that mountain and felt a great breath and sigh of relief that I no longer have to reside in it.
But you, with no marbles in your pocket, if you were to be forced to have marbles in your pocket, if someone were to grab you and place marbles in your pocket, then you would feel the greatest burden in the world. But as for me, who has always felt marbles all day, feels those marbles, and the greater weight of the marbles makes the end of the day so much better when you have released those marbles from your pockets. So you do not know true freedom unless you have carried the weight of marbles in your pockets. So you are the lesser being.
I resent your implications that you will take upon me and force upon me your marbles and place that burden upon me, and thus freeing me from the endearing ascendancy that I thus enjoy in the pure anarchy of weightlessness in my pockets. So how dare you, sir, imply that placing marbles in my pockets and placing the burden of your way of thinking will somehow influence and better my life, when I know that my ascendancy into the great heavens and expanses of the universe and experiencing the vast freedom that is all existence is less superior. I am offended and I am conflicted in your argument, and have thus confused myself in debating you.
Well, firstly, it was not me who said that I was going to put marbles in your pocket. But, to further this, if we were to both be on boats, and the boat were to be sinking only by a slight amount, and you were to have no marbles in your pocket, and nothing on the ship to throw off, you would sink and fall to your death. However, the man with marbles in his pockets knows that he carries that extra weight, and if he seeks freedom at the other end of that lake, ocean, or river, then all he need do is remove those marbles from his pockets, and freedom shall be his.
I see your point. May I have some marbles?